What we have here is a swarm that we just caught. The bees were all in a ball on this here post, and what we did is we just took a box that has some frames and some comb down in it, and we set it underneath and then shook all the bees off the post down into the box. So we have a whole colony here, and in the midst of there somewhere we have the queen. I saw her a little bit ago, and so the bees are all getting ready to make this their new home. And so the queen here in just a few days, she'll start laying eggs in all this comb, and they'll start raising their new the new worker bees, and growing and gathering in nectar, getting ready for winter. When you're catching a swarm, you want to always be real careful, especially of the queen, because these bees, they have to have a new egg or a young baby larvae within, it has to be only 3 days old to be able to make a new queen. So a swarm like this has no, they have no eggs, they have no way to make a new queen. So if anything happens to her, then you'll have to get a queen from somewhere else, because they can't replace her. So when you put your lid back on, or anything you're doing with them, be real careful. Make sure you don't accidentally smash her. If you want to be able to catch a swarm, you can put out what's called a swarm trap, which would be a box similar to this, or you can go up to about twice this size with what's considered an 8 frame or a 10 frame deep. And normally to catch one, you'll want your box to be 8 to 10 feet in the air is the optimum height, and putting it around a landmark is a good thing, like a lone tree at the edge of a woods or something like that. And you can set it up just anywhere where you can easily access it. And if you want to help attract the bees to it, there's a couple things you can do. One of them is if you can come up with some old brood comb from another hive. They really like that, and just at least get a piece of it in there really attracts them. And then another valuable thing you can do is lemongrass oil, and you can get it at a most any kind of a health food store, or order some online. And the way I like to do it is I'll take a Q-tip, and I will soak just one end of the Q-tip in lemongrass oil, and then I'll just drop it down inside that box, and that'll sit in there, and it will emit that aroma for the bees, and they really like that lemony smell. So just make sure you get lemongrass oil, and works really good. But if the bees decide they like it, they'll move in, and if they don't, they won't. But the other thing you can do is always look for swarms just like this one, just where they're hanging on in a tree or hanging on a fence post, and then go and shake them off into your box. But either way, it's a lot of fun. They're normally very docile when they're a swarm. They have no hive to protect and no honey stores to protect, so usually they're not bad about stinging. It's always wise to protect your eyes though. That's why we wear a veil. But have fun.